Hey guys, MK6 Sam here. Today we're back in the GTI. It just got pounded with snow outside. I just had to clear off probably, I don't know, 8 inches of snow. More snow coming throughout the rest of the day, but I wanted to shovel out the car, clean it off, get it out of the parking spot. Maybe let's try and find a parking lot that's not too plowed, maybe a little bit of e-brake action. I have a couple things that I've done to the car that I want to tell you guys about. I got all that stage 2 stuff, all the Cobb stage 2 stuff. So I got a full turbo back, the cold air intake, the access port, and then he threw in the Audi R8 coil packs and some like oil and a few extra hardware. So we're gonna head to Walmart now. My taillight is out on the passenger side, so it's just like a one little $5 bulb. Do that, show you guys how to do that, and then I'll show you the intake, and maybe I'll show you a little bit about the access port. I got a bunch more stuff coming in the mail. Black Friday treated me well. I got the Go Fast Bits diverter valve upgrade DV Plus. It's like the GFB DV Plus. I think you basically just rebuild your diverter valve so you can hold boost better. I got the dog bone insert, which connects the transmission to the subframe right here. That's the dog bone, and you insert it into the bushings and it really solidifies things, and apparently it's just a better feeling acceleration, and I don't know, it really changes the feel of the car apparently. I also am waiting on an adapter to put the Cobb cap back on. I'm not going to put the full turbo back on until I can go stage 2. I don't really want to run that without a tune. I've heard pretty bad things. I already have a check engine light for the intake. It's saying it's like too much airflow basically. We're also kind of having an issue with my PCV valve. I'll show you guys under the hood. The way that connected to the new intake is kind of weird, kind of funky. It looks like that's how it's supposed to be, but I think we're getting a leak there and it's causing the idle to really kind of run rough. On the way to school yesterday, it was acting really weird. Shut the car off, turned it back on, nothing changed. So I gotta check those fittings, make sure that the hose isn't leaking. Get that bulb in, wait for that adapter, and then once I go home again from school, I'll put in the dog bone insert and the Go Fast Bits diverter valve. Yeah, I'm super stoked. The only thing I'm saving up for now is a new clutch. I'm gonna go with the South Bend Daily, stage 2, and once we get that guy on, I'll flash stage 2 with the access port. I don't really know what the actual power gains are, but it'll be a big noticeable difference after that. We'll see where the road takes me. I'm hoping to get this clutch in by, I don't know, end of spring, beginning of summer. If not, definitely over the summer. It's just got to save up more money, work some more shifts here at UMass, and hopefully I can get enough money to get that clutch. And once that clutch is in, it'll be like a 2-3 day job, and then we're going for power. After that, everything should be kind of solidified. I don't want to jinx anything, but we should be able to hold as much power as I want to be able to hold, until eventually stage 3 when you need all the other like helper mods. But yeah, let's go to Walmart. Let's get what the bulb we need for the back, and I'll show you guys the intake. So here's the intake. Obviously it goes all the way back. Pop the lid. Got the Audi R8 coil packs throughout. I don't have the lid on the intake. I am not going for performance right now, and the extra turbo noise is actually pretty good, pretty fun. I'll try and get a clip of that eventually. This is the PCV valve that's really screwing me over, I think. This fitment is really, really tight and hard to get on. And this silicone piece is kind of difficult to do too. But I gotta check this. I gotta check, make sure the mass airflow sensor is tightened down all good. And then if those don't work, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do at this point if those don't work. Thinking about doing new headlights. Hopefully those work out. I actually have them. I'm just waiting to see if I actually want to do them. I still can't decide. It was an on-the-spot purchase, and I can't decide if they're going to look good. It's like the Mark 7 reps or whatever. Yeah, so there's the intake. It looks pretty good with the lid on it, but I'm going for turbo noise right now, not performance. Once I'm going for performance, I'll probably get a diverter valve spacer or something that makes a lot of noise. Put the lid on, get the coldest air I can. Yeah. So inside the car, I got the access port, and that's gonna just help me read data and figure out like the kind of temperatures, the RPM, the boost and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. It's not connecting right now. If I hit cancel, start the car up, and I go down to gauges. Right now I have boost, intake air temperature, and oil temp. Oil temp's just a good way because, you know, coolant doesn't do a very accurate job of reading it, how warm like your car is. Intake air temperature, strictly curiosity. You want to compare it to the ambient temperature outside, and so it's 34 out, and my IATs are all the way up at 64. Once you get moving, obviously there's airflow coming in, and a bunch of that cold air will get into the intake. But the point of that lid on the intake cover that I was talking about that I don't have is to keep these low and get the coldest air you can so that you can compress it the most in the turbo and all that good stuff. So I got those bulbs in out back. I tried LEDs, but it was still throwing a code. VW is like too smart to sense that there's an LED, or I guess too dumb, but it's smart enough to realize that the resistance is lower and it thinks that there's no light. So my license plate light, that's why there's always an error light on my dash for check lighting, because I have LEDs license plate lights and it can't decide if they're out or if there's bulbs, so it just says they're out because there's less resistance from the LEDs. So I guess I'll just give those back, like return them or give them to somebody that won't throw a code. And yeah, so I tried to get a little bit of Sendy. I don't know if you can even see out the window over here. Not nearly enough snow to do anything fun. I was here last night with my buddies, and they all have all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. So I actually got to drive the 370Z that my buddy has. I'll give his Instagram right here. And that thing was awesome. It was super fun to send around the corners. Way too much, just like, I don't know. You really got to know that car if you're going to be able to slide it, and I didn't, but it was really fun and really awesome of Will to let me drive it. So go give him a follow, and I'm going to head back to school now. Probably get some beauty shots to fill in some B-roll throughout the video, and this is also probably going to be the end of vlog 2. Shout out to Ashton for, you know, hyping me up to get this done. I do more videos, I just really don't have any content for you guys. Next time it snows I might take the GTI out, but like even getting out of my parking spot, these tires were so trash. I was having trouble like pulling through after I shoveled 2 strips. Guy I bought it from has snows on the rear, all seasons on the front. They're all bad tires, but you know, they all have tread, and in the effort of, I guess, being proactive and saving tire and money, I'm just going to kind of try and not drive too much during the winter. I really didn't want to buy new snow tires and have them mounted and everything, and then buy new summers in the summer. So now I'm probably just going to get the summers come springtime, and probably buy a set of wheels with summers on them and use these as winters, and then get winter tires for them in the winter. I don't know, it's way down the road. For now, I'm running this bunk setup. Summers or all seasons in the front, winters in the rear. Super bad. Nobody really notices, but once I point it out, they're like, oh man, what the heck are you doing? But we'll see how it works. I don't know, I might have to switch the winters to the front. It's just a battle of if you want understeer or oversteer. And I'm thinking kind of understeer, because worst case, you know, I pull the e-brake if I'm actually about to crash and kind of slide it out of my way, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thank you guys for coming to watch the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have suggestions for stuff I should do while I'm not spending money on the car, drop a comment, drop a like, it really helps me out. Obviously, subscribe, and follow my Instagram here, and yeah, I hope I'll see you guys around.